Hi everyone, my name is Serena. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to do the mid-year book tag, and I'm also going to give you updates on my reading goals because it's the middle of the year, and I'm also only going to count the books that I've read from January 1st to June 30th. So the first 6 months, I'm not going to count the 3 books that I read so far in July. I'm going to start with my reading goals overall. My 2021 goals: read more new releases. And I definitely did that. I usually don't read a lot of new releases during the year. I read Concrete Rose, Malibu Rising, A Court of Silver Flames, Heartstopper Volume 4, and I think that's it so far, if I'm correct. But I read 4 of them. I have others to read, so many more to read, but I'm doing that slowly. Number 2, complete series. So what I've written down is I want to complete the Lux series. I didn't do that yet. The Lunar Chronicles, didn't do that yet. I have to read the last one, Winter. The Grisha trilogy, I did that. I read all 3 of them. Glow trilogy, didn't do that. A Song of Ice and Fire, I have to read the last book that's out so far. So the 5th one. Simon Snow trilogy, the last book came out last week, so haven't read that yet. And the Remnant Chronicles, I read that. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7 things that I wrote down, I completed 2 series so far. You know, as long as I'm finishing 1 or 2, I'm okay with it. Like, at least I'm doing it. Read more thrillers. I did that too. I read The Turn of the Key, No Exit, If We Were Villains. That's just a few, I think. I'm not sure if I've read more. Read books set around the world. Yeah, that's something I want to do more of. I read a few Italian classics, a couple. Then what else? The Astonishing Color of After, a part of it is set in Taiwan. Words in Deep Blue is set in Australia. But yeah, not as much as I want to. Another goal that I had was to do more secret TBRs, and did I do that? I read romance books for a month in February, and I shouldn't be counting this, but last week I did the Reading Like a Cancer vlog, the zodiac sign vlog that I did, but I am planning on doing more. I really am. I have everything written down. I just haven't read the books yet. So yeah, have to work on that. Another goal that I have for this year is to do more buddy reads and maybe try a live show. And between all the goals that I've written on this page, I'm most proud of this because I'm doing a lot of buddy reads this year. I've never done this many buddy reads. I buddy read with Marley Reads a Lot, Isabel in Books, Skylar Reads, Orography or Novel Niche, Olivia's Catastrophe. Also, I'm participating in the Jane Austen Book Club, Melted Books, Hillary, and now I'm going to buddy read with Mary Among Stories, and I am planning on doing other buddy reads this year, but I'm happy about that. And for what concerns live shows, I did a live show, my first live show with Mary. We did live reading sprints, and I also participated in the live show for Mansfield Park for the Jane Austen Book Club. I had so much fun, but at the same time, I don't know what's wrong with my Wi-Fi. I always have problems only with live streams. Like anything else, uploading videos and stuff, it's fine. My internet is fine, but for live streams, I always have audio problems. It lags a lot and it's annoying. Lastly, read at least 58 books. As of June 30th, I had read 56 books, I believe. So I did not quite complete my goal in the first 6 months, but considering that I read 3 books the first week of July, I completed my Goodreads goal. So 58 books. Right now, July 17th, I've read 59 books. So that's good. I'm so happy. It's the most I've read ever. This is my best reading year ever, because I set 58 books because last year I read 57 in the entire year. Those are all the goals I have written down on this page. Let's move on to the tag. I'm pretty sure that the creators of this tag are not on BookTube anymore. Let me know if that's not correct. So I don't know if I will find the original video, but anyway, everyone is doing this. First question is best book you've read so far in 2021. I've read a few 5 stars this year. Really happy about that, but I'm gonna say Malibu Rising, because after finishing this book I just kept thinking about it, and I just love the atmosphere, and I like how I was immersed in this story. And I'm not going to talk about it a lot. I talked about it in my previous video, in my June wrap up, so check it out if you want to know my thoughts, but this is probably my favorite so far. Number 2 is best sequel you've read so far in 2021. I haven't read a lot of sequels. I read The Beauty of Darkness, the Grisha trilogy, Shatter Me, but no, I don't know. I'm gonna say Heartstopper Volume 2 and Volume 3, because I think those are my favorite. I binge read them in June. Again, I talk about it in my June wrap up, but not really, because there's not much to say. It's just a cute story. Number 3 is new release you haven't read yet but want to. There are a few. I'm just gonna show you 2 here. The Ones We're Meant to Find and Last Night at the Telegraph Club. I need to read these. I can't believe I haven't read these yet. Number 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I haven't done much research, but I'm gonna mention one book, and that is Iron Widow. I discovered this author on YouTube when I watched Mulan, and I did my video on Mulan, the movie, the live action movie, and the cartoon movie. It's coming out in September, and I'm excited to read that one. I don't know much about it, but I think it's like a sci-fi fantasy. Number 5 is biggest disappointment. If you've watched my wrap up yesterday or the other day, I'm going to say A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Watch my wrap up if you want to know why, because I don't want to repeat myself, but this is just overall really depressing. I didn't have emotions by the end, even though a lot of bad things kept happening, and it's problematic. Most disappointing read, because I was expecting to absolutely love this. Number 6 is biggest surprise, and the first one that pops into my mind is A Court of Silver Flames. Listen, I don't think this is a good book, but it was entertaining, and it was my favorite in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series so far. And the main reason why is Nesta. A lot of people hate Nesta. I like Nesta. She is so unlikable, but in this book in particular we discover why. Also, it's even though there's not a lot of plot, like, it's more about characters and smut. This book, there's a lot of smut, and if you've watched Cindy's recent videos, you know what I'm talking about. But I was surprised because I was entertained. I read this like in one day, so even though it's not a masterpiece, it was entertaining, you know. Number 7 is favorite new author, debut, or new to you. And I found this question very difficult because I usually have to read like 2 or 3 books by an author to consider them a favorite. But for this question, I'm going to say Talia Hibbert. I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown in February. The reason why I'm going to say her is because I usually don't like romance books. In fact, between all of the books that I read in February that were romances, this was the only one that I enjoyed a lot. So I'm going to say her, and hopefully she will continue to be a favorite because I want to read the other 2 books in the trilogy. It was funny. It had disability representation, so I enjoyed that. Number 8 is newest fictional crush, and I don't have any, I think. Let me just do a quick check. No. Number 9 is newest favorite character. I'm gonna say the cast of Six of Crows. I enjoyed that group of friends, that group of people. I enjoy them. Also, I enjoyed the Riva siblings. Kit in particular, also Nina. I enjoy them. Number 10 is Book That Made You Cry. I cried while reading Heartstopper Volume 2 and 3. Yeah. I already talked about that in my previous video. This is the clip. I basically got emotional because I just loved the friendship. Also, I love the scenes with Nick's mother. So, yeah. Also, graphic novels are very visual, and I usually cry more when I see things visually. Number 11 is Book That Made You Happy. Heartstopper, of course, when there are those wholesome, cute moments. Also, Get a Life, Chloe Brown was very funny, as I said. Number 12 is Most Beautiful Book You Bought So Far This Year or Received. Yeah, I know this one. Yeah. I really hope I'm not disappointed by this book. This cover is gorgeous. Number 13 and last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So many. So many. As I said, I have secret TBRs planned. So I have a few TBRs planned. I have them written down. I don't want to talk about them. But of course, all of my most anticipated reads, the ones we're meant to find, Last Night at the Telegraph Club. Also, I want to read Island Queen, Iron Widow when it comes out. I want to continue on with the Get a Life Chloe Brown trilogy, the Brown Sister trilogy. One Last Stop. I want to read One Last Stop. I also wanted to read Survive the Night. I'm hearing mixed things about that, so I'm just going to lower my expectations, but I'm still going to read that. And yeah, complete the series that I want to complete. Those are all my updates for mid-year. What was your favorite read of this year so far? And especially, I want to know, what is the most disappointing read of 2021 so far for you? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!